Hi guys, here's your second lot of freeform poetry that you're going to be doing on this Flipped Learning Poetry course. This challenge is called Whatever You Do, Don't Make Sense. On the next page there are going to be a series of sentence starters, and we can pretty much guarantee whatever you write after them isn't going to make sense, okay? That is the plan. So you need to try and fill out the rest of the sentences and make it make as much sense as you can. So the poem below that I'm going to read you is called A Moment of Life. This is from a student who wrote it in my class last year, and they used the sentence starters to make as much sense as they could, and this is what they came up with. A moment of life. At the top of tomorrow waits a gazing owl. The edge of silver I cannot describe. Inside a startling bark is a roar. When you tiptoe through the valley of happiness, you might hear whispers of howling purple. The shape of the past fits inside a droopy raindrop. The enemy of green hides between a rocky waterfall. If you look underneath peace, you might hear eager cries. If you turn hope on high, you will find the colourful starlight in the sky. What the student has done is thought really, really carefully about those words that they are using to finish those sentences. All right, as you can see, most of them are quite short sentences, but the vocabulary has been carefully chosen to make those sentences really effective. All right, most of them, they make sense as a full sentence, but we know that at the top of tomorrow, there's nothing waiting there, let alone a gazing owl. But they've used their creative, they've used their imagination to come up with what could be there. All right, and that is our challenge to you. What could be at the edge of silver? All right, what is inside a startling bark? So, as you can see, this student has thought really carefully about the language that they've chosen, right? Instead of just saying the shape of the past fits inside a raindrop, by adding that word droopy raindrop, right? It adds a little more detail, gets a better picture inside your head, and carefully selecting that vocabulary really makes a difference. So, on the next page, we have all of these sentence starters here for you. I'm going to read them all out to you, and at the end you're going to pick 7, and those 7 are going to make up your poem. So, the opposite of tender is, at the edge of silver is, the sadness of puppies is, at the centre of boredom is, at the top of tomorrow waits, the swirl of loneliness sounds like, the enemy of green hides between, the shape of the past fits inside, the rock bottom of October will never. The antonym of pink is. The hiding place of rain shivers underneath. If you turn hope on high, you'll see. If you look underneath peace, you might hear. When you toss sadness into the wind, it returns as. If you jump into the present, you'll land on. And when you tiptoe through the valley of happiness, you might find. So from all of those sentence starters, you can pick 7 and you can put them in any order you would like. You need to finish those sentences. What everyone is going to really focus on is being very selective with the words that they choose to finish those sentences. Also, a tip that might be useful is going back and reading through the notes that you took when we talked about language features at the beginning of this poetry course, right? Putting in some maybe similes or metaphors, things like that. Well, a lot of these are metaphors actually, but putting in things like that is really going to help you're writing this poem. So that's our challenge to you. Remember, you can rewatch this video or have another look at the previous poem that the student from last year had written. And remember to let us know if you need help with anything. Good luck.